Ready? Start. The conflict provoked by Chinese aggression raises wider issues than the simple demarcation of a remote border. It is difficult to understand why China chose to conceal her territorial claims for many years, pleading subsequently that the time was not ripe for revising her maps, or why she had to mount large scale concerted attacks from one end to the other of the 2,000-mile long frontier, or why she rejected any approach to settlement other than through bilateral negotiations in the context of military force, or why she has been conducting worldwide anti Indian propaganda denouncing the whole range of India's policies and depicting India as a tool of reactionaries and imperialists. The fact appears to be that China's anti Indian policy flows from her general analysis of the international situation and reflect the aims and assumptions underlying her foreign policy as a whole. This policy itself, while firmly subscribing to such ideals as peace and coexistence, though in the special Chinese meaning of these terms, leaves no room for non alignment. If the world is viewed as divided essentially between imperialist and communist, between whom war not only is inevitable in the end, but between whom tension in the some form must be kept alive and even intensified as opportunity occurs, then there is indeed no place in it for the non aligned. The non aligned nations must, in this context, seem to be occupying an unstable, vague position from which, if they could be dislodged either by force or by coercion, the result would be to further the polarization of world forces. It is logical to conclude that China's multiple campaign against India is an exercise in politics on these lines. India is such an outstanding member of the non aligned community that her defection, whether voluntary or enforced, cannot fail to bring grave and far reaching consequences in its train. Paragraph change. If this analysis is well founded, the challenge from China, as it has revealed itself, is not only to our foreign policy but to our domestic policy as well. Both are rooted in our needs and interests and spring from the same culture outlook and the same scale of moral values. Tolerance, friendliness, the protection of the rights and dignity of the individual, peaceful element of disputes, the persistent effort to reach agreement through compromise and persuasion, these are values we have trying to uphold in the conduct of our internal affairs. Thank you.